he going to see?
Come on.
Is he going to see the reflection of him?
Come on now.
and I hate to say this, but no, I don't, because it's true.
Come on.
Is he going to see the world inside here? Are we influencing the world as the world influencing us?
My Lord.
Are we so hooked up on our materialistic stuff, the materialistic garbage,
Come on.
that we can't do what God called us to do? Does your car mean more to you than Sally sitting on the sidewalk halfway dead from a drunken stupor? Does your house mean more to you than little Billy on the corner whose dad beating him on the daily and doesn't know God's love?
Wow.
How many people you walk by in a day and you don't understand or see their pain? You don't want to harvest. You're not trying to labor. It says in Proverbs that the guy that didn't labor was lazy. He was ashamed to the Father. I'm sorry, but my heart has been changed to the point now. God bless those who don't know you. And God, help me be the man you called me to be.
Wow.
I just want to be a better version of I've ever been. I seek to be better. I want to do better. I want to love deeper.
Yeah.
I want to have better relationships. I want to be a better husband to my wife.
Yeah.
A much better father to my son. I want to be a better brother to my brothers. I want you to know that if you ever need me, that I can be there for you. But instead of doing all that, man, we get wrapped up in us.
All right.
The harvest.
The harvest
is ready. What are we doing? Church, where are we going?
Wow.
Why are we sitting back like it's okay? The crazy thing about this whole scenario that really sinks and scares me is this. If Christ was to come back right now, how many of us is ready to go? In your heart of hearts, ask yourself this question. Jesus knock on you. Let's get ready, church. We're going home. How many of us get ready to go? And if you get ready to go, and they go, not you. Not you. We got to learn to love deeper. We got to be better toward each other. And even our Sunday school lesson today, it felt like a ton of bricks. We had to have a service attitude about our positions in life. Rebecca was blessed.
Wow.
And she received a blessing in the man that she married because she was already in a position.
Come on now.
Come on. Touch on.
She was already in position to receive that blessing. Are we in position to go home?
Come on.
Are we? If you were to die right now,
Well.
and you stand before the Almighty, I know what words I want to hear.
Wow.
I know what words I'm going to try my best to get to hear.
Wow.
Well done, my good and faithful servant. Enter into your reward. I don't want to hear, get thee away from me, I never knew you.
Wow.
And you can say, well, I cast out devils in your name and demons in your name. I've done this, I've done that, but you never knew me.
Wow.
You did what? Do I know you? Who wants to hear that?
Wow.
So I beg to tell you this. The harvest is ripe. It's ready. We got to go out and do work. And it's saying that I'm challenging because, see, I love my church and I love the name of my church.
All right.
God bless the man who had cast that vision to him to cast to us, because no more limits.
Yes.
No more limits.
Yeah.
You understand what no more limits.
Yeah.
There's no limitations on what you can do.
All right.
There is nothing that is impossible for you to do because Christ is in you.
Yeah.
There is nothing you can't do, Pastor Norman. There is nothing you can't do, Pastor Embry. There's nothing you can't do.
Nothing.
Nothing you can't do because Christ is in you.
Yeah.
No longer
No longer.
do you have to wait. No longer do you have to go through some other mediator.
Yeah.
He said, there's no way through the Father except through me.
Yeah.
How long?
How long?
Must that week wait out next week? How long?
How long?
Must that person wait for you to finish doing whatever you thought was important enough not to do what God called you to do?
Yeah.
Because see, while we're sitting around waiting, somebody is waiting as well.
Yeah.
They're waiting on you to do exactly what God called you to do.
Come on.
In order for them to get out of what they're in.
Yeah.
For every trial, for every mountain,
Come on.
He brought me over, he brought me through.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand that somebody's going through a trial right now
Come on.
that you already been through,
Come
All
on.
right.
that you already dealt with.
Yes.
Well,
Something dealing with lust, well, I dealt with that.
well.
Let me tell you how I conquered that.
Mm-hmm.
But they waiting on you to go to them. The harvest.
The harvest.
Well, my finances is not quite right, and this keeps happening to me. Well, I dealt with that. Let me tell you how to get that straight. Me and God, we see what I'm getting at? See what I'm trying to get you to see? The harvest out there. There are people waiting right now
Yeah.
in a fit of despair, in a pit of misery.
All right.
You can bring them through and
Yeah,
help them
yeah,
with that, but
yeah.
you're not opening your mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
Look around at how many seats are empty.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Come on.
Are you truly going out doing God's work?
Come on.
How many people can we say we honestly influenced with Jesus?
Come on.
How many?
How many?
How many people have you actually went out and you talked to about God?
Yeah.
How many people you heard, well, man, I just don't know how I'm going to deal with this. It's just so much.
Well.
I don't know where I'm going to go. And you sit there and you don't say nothing. You go about doing your work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I know a man.
Come on. Yeah.
I know a way.
Yeah.
He paved it for us. And he made it to the point that it's so easy to access, but we're not trying to get people in.
Well.
Look around at how many seats there's in here.
Mm-hmm.
If we're a loving church,
Come on.
if we truly want to love folk,
Mm-hmm.
if we truly seeking to do God's will in His work, I dare say, raise your hand if you invited over 5 people to come to church. Raise your hand if you invited 2 people to come to church. Raise your hand if you invited anyone to come to church. But you say you love this church?
Mm-hmm.
You say you want to see people saved? But you love this church.
Well.
You got a good pastor. You follow good leadership. Pastor Norman sure can't preach. So if he sure can't preach and you follow a good pastor who's following Christ and everybody here is supposed to be worshiping and gathering together and getting ourselves together in order for us to be moving forward as a church, where are the people?
Come on now.
Well.
Where's the harvest?
Hmm.
If the ultimate sacrifice gave us the ultimate harvest, how come we're not doing the ultimate work?
Come on. Come on. Come on.
How come we're not? And church, I'm not going to leave you feeling bad about yourself, because I'm going to tell you something that God does for us anyway. He sees past our faults and sees our needs.
Amen.
He loves us through this situation. But right now, I'm just trying to get you to see what I've seen and what my eyes have been opened up to. I'm trying to get you to get to that point in your life that you can't help. If somebody's hurting, to go to them and be like this, I know a God.
Mm-hmm.
To the Buddhist, I know a God.
Well.
To the Muslim who's sitting there trying to figure out where is he going with this situation, I know a God.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe in this word,
Well.
you say you love this word,
Yeah.
you want to be about this word,
Mm-hmm.
please, by all means,
Yes.
share this word.
Mm-hmm.
How can you keep it to yourself? How can you say you're a laborer
Well.
if you're not out working?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
How can you do that in your right mind?
Come on.
How? I know it's not a hallelujah moment right now, but
Come
I'm
on.
trying to get you to
Come on.
understand that some things hurt before you get them.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
You know, when you have a sore
Uh-huh.
and you put a Band-Aid over it, and sometimes that Band-Aid gets stuck to that. You gotta yank that off quick as you can.
Come on.
And slap something else on there to have it healed. Sometimes you gotta leave it exposed and open to the air to have that thing healed over.
All right.
This is one of those moments. Because before it convict you, guess you had to read and go through this.
Mm-hmm.
I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday. God woke me up and I had to pray.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of this stuff I'm convicted of. How am I showing the love of Christ if I'm not out here doing Christ-like things?
Come on.
How am I being a good father, a good husband if I'm not out here living like Christ loved the church?
Well.
How can I present my wife wrinkle-free and blemish-free if I'm not doing the things to help cleanse her?
Mm-hmm.
How am I loving her if I'm not loving Christ first,
Yeah.
if I'm not putting everything I have into Christ, he said, all these other things I add unto you, you seek me first.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing, church? But thank God for Jesus.
Amen.
Because see, as we go before God, he's not going to see.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to see us.
Wow.
As I told you before in the last sermon that we did, that you're covered already.
Mm-hmm.
See, your blood bought, your blood washed, your blood born now.
Come on.
All
Come
right
on.
now.
He stretched himself out wide
Mm-hmm.
because that was the welcome.
Come
All
on.
right.
Enter in.
Come on.
All you got to do is come back home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got you covered.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just like it said in Passover, when they took the blood of the lamb and they put it over the door, that death angel passed over them.
That's right.
You're covered.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, lie, you're covered.
Yeah, yeah.
God's got this situation well under hand.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you need, whatever you seek, if you seek him first,
Yeah, yeah.
he'll add it unto you.
Uh-huh.
My son,
Mm-hmm.
be a godly man.
Yeah, yeah.
Live like Christ is coming back today.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because one day you're going to be right.
Yes.
Love one another
Mm-hmm.
as Christ first loved the church.
That's it.
How can we sit here and not understand that? I dare you sit there
Mm-hmm.
and not understand there's work to be done.
Work to be done.
I dare you to sit around and not understand that God has called us to a higher purpose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is wrong with us not wanting to get out and do the work? We're not that second. I know my church can go to work because I seen you.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
I seen you lay it down and run out and do it.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard the preaching. I've understood the lessons.
Mhm.
I prayed and we prayed over each other. We blessed each other and we helped each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I dare say there's more to be done.
Oh, yeah.
Because with much power comes much responsibility.
All right.
And then believe it or not, this is a powerful church.
Amen.
When the last time you ever been to a church that loved you like this?
Well,
When the last time you've been to a church where you can actually have a conversation with a pastor that
well,
would sit there and talk to you
yeah.
and keep your righteous man about you
Yeah.
and talk you through your situation? When the last time you had a church and you